Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into something called Typecast Speech Synthesis Foundation Model, or SSFM for short. It's a brand new model for typecast, but it can be a bit confusing. So, I called in the big guns, my awesome brother, to break it down for us.
What's up, everyone? I'm here, ready to explain Typecast, SSFM, in a way that makes sense. You see, in the past year, there's been a huge leap in AI for understanding language, like those cool natural language processing Chat GPT and Gemini. So, what makes these large language models so good? Well, they're fed tons of information, making them super big and powerful. The larger the model, the better it performs, generally speaking. But before we get too deep, let's rewind a sec. What exactly is a language model? It's basically a smart system that can predict the next word you'll say based on the words you've already said. I bet you've probably seen them in real life. You might have seen these features popping up when you type, suggesting the next word as you go. Okay, that's cool, but how does this connect to speech synthesis? Here's the thing. Both text and speech are continuous flows of information. Just like a language model predicts the next word, we can do something similar for speech by looking at what came before and figuring out what comes next. That's where the amazing team at Typecast AI comes in. They've been working hard for a year on this new SSFM model. They basically took everything they had before and cranked it up to the state of the art. The model size went from a measly 100 million parameters to a whopping 1 billion. That's 10 times bigger. They also fed it way more data to learn from, jumping from 400 hours to a mind-blowing 30,000 hours. That's over 70 times more. On top of that, they ditched the old model structure and switched to something even more powerful called transformers and diffusion models. Okay, enough with the tech talk. What does this all mean for you? Well, SSFM focuses on three key things: making voices sound natural, expressing emotions and characters, and giving you more control over the final product. We'll explore each of these with some fun examples on the next page. But for now, let's hand things over to Charlotte.
Now, let me explain how SSFM makes narration voices sound natural. Let's take a moment to listen to an example.
In a world shrouded in mystery, where secrets lie hidden beneath the surface, one man embarks on a journey that will change his destiny forever. Meet John, an ordinary man with an extraordinary thirst for adventure, but in his quest for truth, he will face challenges beyond imagination, and as he delves deeper into the unknown, he will uncover secrets that will shake the very foundations of his world.
In real life, people don't always read the same sentence in the same tone, right? That's why we added a feature called Retake that allows the voice to be read with slightly different nuances each time. Here's an audio example.
Another crucial aspect of naturalness lies in the diversity of the generated speech. Another crucial aspect of naturalness lies in the diversity of the generated speech. Another crucial aspect of naturalness lies in the diversity of the generated speech.
One of the keys to creating expressive voices is capturing a character's unique qualities. Let's see how SSFM performs when recreating the powerful voice of Venom. First, we'll listen to the original voice clip, which we used as a reference for the model.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen, Parker.
All right, now let's hear what SSFM can do.
Pathetic hero, you stand broken and defeated before me. A mere puppet dangling on the strings of your futile resistance. Your valor crumbles like ancient ruins, and as I revel in your feeble attempts, remember this moment as the pinnacle of your insignificance, a pitiful spectacle before the majesty of my malevolence.
How does it sound? SSFM only tunes a small part of a huge model, so it can reliably recreate voices even with less data. Here's the result from a competitor's model.
Pathetic hero, you stand broken and defeated before me, a mere puppet dangling on the strings of your futile resistance. Your valor crumbles like ancient ruins, and as I revel in your feeble attempts, remember this moment as the pinnacle of your insignificance, a pitiful spectacle before the majesty of my malevolence.
The voice is deep, but it doesn't sound like Venom's monstrous voice. SSFM can also model characteristic prosody, not just timbre. It can even rap.
AI in my brain connecting like a train through the data lanes where knowledge reigns in the code maze. I blaze no delays, gaining insights in this digital craze. Language magic, matrix tragic, dance to beats. That's our digital logic. Algorithm scene designs a thing in an evolving world where futures swing.
In the last example, we fine-tuned the model to get that super high-quality voice. But guess what? You can also just give it a short clip of a voice, like 10 seconds or so, and it'll do its best to mimic it on the fly. Pretty cool, right? Let's hear what it can do.
SSFM can even clone voices from a single sentence without fine-tuning. This was cloned from 10 seconds of Morgan Freeman's voice.
This was cloned from 10 seconds of former President Obama's voice.
This was cloned from 10 seconds of Steve Jobs' voice.
You can think of it as the concept of showing a short voice to the model and letting it reproduce it, just like tuning by putting prompts in ChatGPT. Another important point of expressiveness is emotion expression. Let's listen to the emotion expression of a wizard grandfather.
Oh, I see how it is. You're always there when it's convenient for you. Oh, I see how it is. You're always there when it's convenient for you.
All right, Charlotte, let me jump in. The last cool thing about SSFM is how much control you have over the voice. You can actually adjust the speaking speed, which is super important, right? Sometimes you want the voice to match the fast pace of the video, and other times you need it to be nice and slow for dramatic effect. Let's hear an example to see what I mean.
Hey there, I've noticed that you tend to take your time when talking, and while I appreciate the thoughtfulness, it can sometimes feel like we're wading through molasses. Let's speed things up a tad, shall we? It'll keep things lively and ensure we're making the most of our time together.
I'll slow this one down.
Hey there, I've noticed that you tend to take your time when talking, and while I appreciate the thoughtfulness, it can sometimes feel like we're wading through molasses. Let's speed things up a tad, shall we? It'll keep things lively and ensure we're making the most of our time together.
You can also fine-tune how words are delivered, perfect for emphasizing something important. We even have this cool feature that lets you adjust the pitch of the voice word by word. Listen to this example, where we really make this word pop.
This is our future. This is our future. This is our future.
Last but not least, sometimes the pronunciation of a letter changes depending on the context. For instance, listen to how SSFM adjusts the pronunciation of basses in bass guitar compared to bass in perch on the wall.
The bass was painted on the wall. The bass was painted on the wall.
Let's listen to another example. Soldier saluting or picking up a bow. No sweat. SSFM keeps the pronunciation clear even with tricky sounds.
The soldier took a bow after the performance. The soldier took a bow after the performance.
So that's SSFM in a nutshell, how it's made and what it can do for you. But guess what? We're not stopping there. We're planning to add support for about 30 languages, making SSFM a multilingual powerhouse. We're also constantly collecting more data to make the voices sound even better. And the coolest part? We're working on ways to control emotions by simply inputting a prompt like make it sound happy instead of picking from a list. Pretty awesome, huh? Thanks for sticking with us this whole time. Take care.